Over the last 3 years, I've purchased and reviewed over 50 different speculative crypto miners on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I made $1,569 with all those miners in March of 2025. This is a monthly series where I track all my income from crypto mining and running crypto nodes, minus my current expenses such as electric and hosting costs, so I can share with you my net income for the month. As always, I'll have a refreshed ROI or return on investment analysis for every miner, which I'll share with you later in this video. For those of you who are new to this channel, first off, welcome. My name is Jason. This is SWANCASTLECRYPTO. Most of the miners we'll be reviewing today are depin miners, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. It involves using blockchain technology and token incentives to build and maintain physical infrastructure and help to solve real-world problems. Most of these devices are low cost and low power and profitable, making it easy for home miners like you and I to get involved. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had another really bad month with crypto prices continuing to fall across the board, which is impacting the profitability of the miners we'll be reviewing today. I know this can be frustrating, and I still think there are better days on the horizon, so hang in there if you're considering throwing in the towel. I'm not going anywhere, and I don't think you should either. I firmly believe there are several projects we'll be reviewing today that are going to be some of the biggest winners in the depin sector over the next year. Now, it takes me a long time to put this together for you each month, so if you learn anything from this video, all I ask is you hit that like button for me. So as always, I have all these projects sorted from most to least profitable, and I'll give some high-level commentary over each. So number one project for the month, once again, is Entropy. This is kind of a gimmicky meme coin project. I've been in this since October of last year. Essentially, you dig a hole in your backyard, you submit it for approval on X, and if you get approved, you're eligible to mine their token. You purchase one of these little hardware boards off Amazon for about 10 bucks. You flash their software on it, and then you start earning their Entropy token, which can be claimed once every week. You see, I earned $252 for the month for this project. You see their token is up 44%, which is quite the outlier compared to a lot of the other projects we'll be looking at today. Now, the thing with this project is you're not allowed to sell your tokens, otherwise you stop earning rewards going forward. So at this point, I've earned just over $1,000 in Entropy over these last 5 months. So I'll need to make a decision here pretty soon whether or not I want to cash out my rewards or continue to risk it and hope this continues to go up in price going forward. Number two project for the month is my HyFix GeoNet Space Weather Station. For those of you familiar with this channel, we've been in this project since the beginning, about 2.5 years ago. I think almost 3 years actually at this point. This is a antenna you mount on your roof. You connect it to a receiver, and it helps to improve GPS satellites across the globe. And by hosting this, you get rewarded with their geo tokens. You can see the geo token was down about 20% for the month, but still earning $176 for us for the month. If we go to my GeoCalc tab, you see I'm earning 23.34 tokens per day. The max rewards is 24 tokens per day, and that'll continue to be so until their annual halving, which occurs at the end of June, and which at that point it'll be 12 tokens per day. You see moving up here into previous time periods, you see it used to be 48 tokens per day last year. And then the year prior to that, it was 96 tokens per day. Then here at the beginning, I had a dual band miner and I had to upgrade to a triple band, and that doubled my rewards in March of 2023. A couple items of note with HyFix this month. They do have a proposal up for vote currently. It's called their GIP6 proposal. And it essentially introduces a reward, an additional reward for base stations that have over a 99.9% rolling reward rate, and a penalty system for rewards for miners under 80%. I believe it's an incentive to try to have good miner setups. I think there may be a lot of these miners that are set up across the globe that maybe people don't have optimal setups. They're trying to deter people from having poor miner setups. They're also phasing out their dual band miners, so you'll have to pay to upgrade to the triple band if you want to keep on mining. This vote is still underway. I believe it's till April 6th. At this point, it looks like it's not on track to pass, but there's still several days left to see if this proposal ends up passing. Now, this won't impact me. I looked at my rolling reward rate. I'm right around a 94% rolling reward rate, so I won't be eligible for that additional 99.9% reward. I think that's due to the trees around my house, but at least I'm well above that 80%, so I'll continue to earn rewards. So we'll see if that proposal passes. I'd like to do an update on GeoNet soon, just because I think this is a kind of diamond in the rough project. It's one of the few crypto mining projects and depin projects out there that's actually bringing in real world revenue compared to most every other crypto project is not doing that at this point. Okay, moving on to number 3 is my Hive Mapper dash cam. This earns a honey token. This is a dash cam you mount in your car. You get rewarded in their honey tokens for mapping the roads you drive every day. So for the month, I earned 1,501 tokens. You see I drove a little bit less than February. In January and February, I was driving a little bit more. I was basically taking my kids on drives in the afternoon some days to give them a nap, and I've been doing that less lately. So we had a little less token rewards this month, but still not too bad, earning $51 for the month. I'm still waiting on my B. It's been well over a year, and it's kind of frustrating that I still haven't gotten one, and I still have gotten no update from them in terms of when they're planning to ship out people's orders. Originally, the bees were supposed to start shipping in Q3 of last year. That didn't happen, and now it looks like they're starting to get production up and running and getting shipments out, but really still at this point, who knows how long it'll be until we actually receive our bee dash cams. But once I do receive that, we'll do an update and a review of that new dash cam for you on this channel. Coming in number 4 are my DIMO data miners. I have 4 different connections to DIMO at this point. Now my rewards are a little bit higher this month, and that's due to them implementing a staking program last month, which I staked across all my devices. I did a video on that a couple weeks ago. I'll link that in the description below if you want to learn more about their staking reward program. So I have the DIMO Autopi, I have the DIMO LTR1, I have a connection to my Tesla, and then I have a connection to a smart car. The Tesla and the smart car connections are free, so if you have a Tesla or you have a newer car that has a smart car integration, you can actually connect to DIMO today and start earning some free rewards. So you can see on March 10th, I began earning my staking rewards. I staked 4,000 DIMO tokens across each of these different device connections, and it essentially caused my rewards to double versus prior to staking. So you can see I earned about 24 tokens prior to staking, and then it doubled for my DIMO Autopi, and the same for each of these. You can see the software connection actually saw quite a big bump there for the staking. So I staked for 2 years, 4,000 tokens across each of them. So I'm locked in, but so I can't sell or unstake those connections at this point, but really this is one of the few projects I believe in long term. So I have no problem committing some of my DIMO tokens to staking and earning some additional rewards. Number 5, we have WeatherXM. This is essentially a weather station you can mount on your roof or in your yard. And by keeping this up and running, you earn their WeatherXM tokens. They're creating a decentralized network of weather stations across the globe. I think there's a lot of interesting use cases for collecting weather data like this. We earned 164 tokens for the month. Now my rewards are a little bit higher than what you would receive if you were to purchase one of these WeatherXM stations today. That's because I received beta rewards, so I was an early supporter of this project. So my daily rewards are a little bit higher. I think it's about 50% higher than if you were just to start up a weather station today. But making 41 bucks for the month, the WeatherXM token has actually held up pretty well compared to a lot of the other projects we've reviewed on this channel. And I think there's some really good use cases for this weather data long term. So it's a project I want to continue to keep running and keep supporting. I'll probably do an update video on WeatherXM here in the next couple of months, just because I think there are some really interesting things that this team is building. Number 6, we have my STEPN NFT shoes. This is a move to earn project. I essentially get rewarded for walking around every day. I walk between an hour and a half each day, and I earn their GST tokens. I earned 4,650 tokens for the month, just making 37 bucks, but it's an excuse to keep me active and get rewarded in the process as well. Number 7, we have my phone farm. This mines the Varus coin. A couple items of note here. We did have the Varus coin halving back in January, so that reduced our rewards. You can see also my number of phones has been reduced from 50 down to 36 at this point. That's because this month I had to shut off part of my phone farm. I saw a lot of my phones, the battery is starting to bubble on the phones, and I think that's just a fire risk for me, and I don't want to risk burning down my house just to make a few bucks with my phone farm. So I'm gonna have to look to troubleshoot those or potentially just retire a part of the phone farm. I'll probably do an update video on that because I want to get some insights from some of you viewers in terms of what I should do with those bubbled up phones, if I should try to hotwire a hard connection to bypass the battery, or if I should just ditch some of those old phones and just continue with the ones I have left and see where things go. So look for an update video on the phone farm here in the next couple weeks. Number 8, we have my streamer nodes. This is staked on the streamer network, just making $5 for the month. I believe I have about 25,000 of their data tokens staked on there. It is free to stake on their website. So I've just been doing that because it helps to support a lot of the different depin projects that we talk about on this channel. Number 9, Crank. I have 4 devices connected through Crank, just making just under $5 a month. You see the Crank token, once again, is down for the month. It's always down. At this point, I don't know when it's ever gonna go up, but it's been a disappointing project for sure. Number 10, my Deeper Connect Mini. This is a decentralized VPN. So essentially, I've got 75,000 Deeper tokens staked with my Deeper Connect Mini. So that contributes to my rewards, but you can see at this point, it's basically just making peanuts for the month, just $2.88, but it is a free VPN that I can use to access different websites that may be blocked here in the United States. Number 12, we have the Soar Chain. I have a Tesla connection with this. This is a free connection. It's very similar to DIMO. They have a hardware device similar to the DIMO AutoPi, but since I have a Tesla, you can do a free connection on there, but you can see it's basically earning almost nothing, 58 cents for the month. Number 12, we have my pre-search nodes. This has been another very disappointing project. We've been in this project for about 3 years now, and the pre-search token just has not performed. I don't know that they're getting a lot of utilization of their decentralized search engine, and I don't see this working out long term. So at this point, my VPS, which is a virtual private server that I've hosted through RackNerd. It's up for renewal here at the beginning of April. And at this point, I've made the decision I'm not going to renew those just because I don't want to incur those additional charges for another year, especially with the pre-search token not really performing very well. See, just making 17 cents after those expenses this month. So what I'll probably do is take my remaining pre-search tokens and probably host a node on my personal internet and just do one node at home and hopefully wait for maybe a bull market later this year to offload some of those pre-search tokens. So obviously a disappointing project and the rewards have just continued to fall over the last several years. So we're gonna have to cut this. Number 13, we have GetGrass. This is a browser extension that essentially shares some of your internet bandwidth. There were no new distributions this month, but this is a free project that we got into last year, and we had a nice little airdrop last year when this token went live, but it remains to be seen when their next airdrop will occur on that, but I'll keep a lookout and let you guys know when we get another distribution for GetGrass. Number 14, Silencio. This is a free app you can download on your phone, and you essentially get rewarded for collecting noise data. Their token just went live earlier this year, but they're still waiting to see when their next distribution is going to be for that. I know they do raffles every month or two, and it looks like there's going to be another raffle here in the next few days. So if you have not signed up for Silencio, I would check it out. It's a free app. You can just check it out and see if you can earn some Silencio tokens for capturing some of your sound data. Number 15, my Solana Chapter 2 phone. Word is they're going to start shipping that sometime later this year, but there's no definitive date of when these Solana Chapter 2 phones will be shipped. I paid about $500 for this Solana Chapter 2 phone last year. We have had some airdrops so far, but we've not received one in several months. So we'll keep a lookout for some airdrops once that phone gets shipped. Then next we have some testnet projects. Mapmetrics, still on testnet. This is essentially a device you connect to your car, and it collects mapping and GPS data of your car trips. No date yet determined on when their token's going to launch. I know they initially launched their token a couple years ago, but then that didn't go well. So they've kind of been on testnet ever since. And it's kind of frustrating because we've been in this project for 2.5 years now, and we still basically have not seen any rewards, and there's no definitive date of when they're going to launch their Mapmetrics new token. Number 17, Onocoy. This is very similar to GeoNet, except this one is on Solana. No definitive date on their token launch either, but I'm hoping it'll be here in the next quarter or two. Number 18, Wingbits. This is flight tracking. This is also still on testnet. No date yet for their token launch, but we'll be able to look out for that one. Number 19, Star Plug. This is a smart plug. Essentially, you get rewarded for helping to manage your electricity usage via this smart plug. They were going to have their token launch here in Q1, but I think due to the poor market conditions over these past several months, they've delayed that. There's no definitive date on when that token will be launched, but we'll be on a lookout for the Star token launch when they do announce that go live. Number 20, the Natix 360. This is essentially a device you can connect to Teslas, and you can get rewarded similar to HiveMapper, except this just collects some of the dash cam footage directly from your cameras of your Tesla. They were planning to have these devices shipped here in March, but they have delayed it, and now it's expected in early May. So we'll keep a lookout on when this device gets shipped, and I'll do a full review once I receive my device. Number 21, I have my iPola G1 Minis. These were my first ASICs I ever purchased about 3.5 years ago. You can see I've been solo mining them for about 2 years now. You can see right now they are unprofitable, so we're going to throw them in the graveyard since they are not profitable to run at this point. We'll keep on a lookout though for higher prices and potentially maybe turn them back on if we see a bull run in altcoins later this year. And then finally, rounding out our list are my Bitcoin miners. I have 6 S19 Pro 110 terahash Bitcoin miners that I've had hosted with BitCap hosting for about 2.5 years now. You can see they are unprofitable at current Bitcoin prices. Here's my rewards over the last month. You can see we had a little downturn here near the end of March, and that's because several of mine went offline for a couple days. But you see the rewards are pretty consistent for the month, so no big increases in mining difficulty, but obviously very frustrating, the profitability of these Bitcoin miners over the last year or so. I did a full video on my experience with these Bitcoin miners over the last 2 years. I'll link that in the description below if you want to learn more about Bitcoin mining. But essentially, since these devices are no longer profitable, and my contract for BitCap was up for renewal here at the beginning of April, I made the decision to not continue on with having these hosted, and I'll get the devices and hopefully wait for some higher Bitcoin prices later this year to sell off my Bitcoin miners. It's obviously disappointing with Bitcoin mining, but it is what it is at this point. We move over to the miner graveyard. You see there's several projects we've added to the list this month. If we scroll up here, you see all the host of different projects that have died over the last almost 3 years. We've been doing this month-end review. Obviously very frustrating. And the one thing about this list is I have never had a project that went on this list and came off this list. Every project has died and never come back, which is obviously frustrating, but it also, I think, shows that you got to be really careful what projects you jump into and don't go super heavy into a certain project, because the failure rate of a lot of these different ASICs and depin projects is very, very high, unfortunately. Next, moving on to our ROI, or return on investment analysis. We'll start off with the assumptions I'm making here to level set. First, miner fair market value estimates are based on current miner sales prices I'm seeing either on the manufacturer's website or from eBay. This is my current monthly income minus my actual expenses. Yours may be different if you've got different electric rates. This is at a point in time at the end of March. Miner value and income amounts will obviously vary over time as mining difficulty changes and the prices of these different tokens that these miners earn changes. And then finally, this is not financial advice. Don't use this as your sole justification to purchase a miner or a node. So I have these ranked from the lowest break-even time to highest, and then I have a color coding system here in column B. Green, I think, are the top tier projects that I think you should consider. Yellow are kind of iffy, and then the red projects are the ones I think you should stay away from at this point, just the returns are too low to justify purchasing them. So we're not going to go over everyone in detail here. I just want to highlight some of the top projects that I think you should consider, but you obviously need to make your best judgment. Number one here, Entropy. Obviously the cost is very, very low, just being 15 bucks. So you've got essentially a immediate break even on that. So I think it's a fun project you should check out if you want to jump through some hoops to try to get in this project, and you got to dig a hole, obviously. High-fix GeoNet-based weather station. This one's been a huge winner for us, especially those who have been in this for 2+ years. The token's held up really well, and it's one of the few depin projects that's actually bringing in real-world revenue to the project, and they have a token burn mechanism, so it helps to support the price of the Geo token. So I would highly suggest you check out the GeoNet-based weather station if you're looking to get into a depin project. Number 3, we have the DIMO data miner. This $152 is the cost of the LTR1 device. If you have a Tesla or smart car, like I mentioned earlier, you can download a DIMO app on your phone and load your Tesla or smart car into the app for free and start earning some free tokens today. Obviously, my rewards here include my staking rewards, so my ROI here is going to be a little higher, and my break-even is going to be a little lower than if you were not to stake your rewards, but still I think it's a relatively low-cost project, and I do like what DIMO is building in terms of building a decentralized global network of data collected from cars. Number 4, we have WeatherXM. Like I mentioned earlier, I think this is a very solid project, creating a decentralized weather system. $380 is a little pricey for a weather station, but you also get a working weather station where you can monitor the weather data at your house. So even if this project weren't to work out long term, at least you've got a weather station, and there's potential where you could repurpose your weather station for other projects in the future. Number 5 here, we have HiMapper. In the past, I had this listed as a green tier project, but given the uncertain timeline of when people are going to receive their bees, if you were to order one today, I'd really have no idea how long you would be waiting to receive your bee, and whether the rewards would diminish considerably by the time you got one. At this point, it's anyone's guess. And at $589, it is quite pricey for the HiMapper bee. But if you do drive a lot, it probably does make sense to load this dash cam onto your car, because you are going to earn some rewards with it. It's just at this point, how long you're going to be waiting for B is anyone's guess. And then here we have several of the other kind of yellow tier projects that I would consider, but they are a little iffy. You have STEPN, Streamer Nodes, and SwordChain. SwordChain is quite cheap. I think the SwordChain Mini is about $75. So your rewards are going to be considerably higher than my Tesla connection here. So that actually break-even time is going to be considerably shorter if you were to purchase their SwordChain Mini. And then we have these red projects. These I would stay away from at this point. Just the ROI is so horrible at this point. It doesn't make sense to jump into these red tier projects. And then we have our pending and testnet projects. I think the Natix VX360. If you've got a Tesla, this seems like a very interesting project to jump into, but at this point, we don't know what the rewards are going to be like. But obviously, I will give you guys an update on that once I receive my device and start getting some initial rewards for that. Onocoy, I think, is a top tier testnet project just because they are doing something very similar to what GeoNet is building, and GeoNet has been wildly successful so far. So I'm hopeful that Onocoy will be successful as well. And then finally, we've got these last testnet projects, which we don't have actual earnings on at this point. We have no definitive date of when they're going to go out of testnet. So I think they are still kind of iffy at this point, whether or not you want to jump in. But the good thing is they are relatively low cost. So I've got discount codes for a lot of these devices in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. Thanks for watching.